Hey! Nice shades, bro. Yeah, he's got nice shades. Well, welcome to Carver's Twigs, a birdie today. We got a wonderful bird today. And, yeah, it's a bird. Yeah, it's just like, hey, Twig, you did some real good spooky birds last month. Well, actually, I kind of did, but I meant to say last year. Last year, I did some real good spooky birds. I did a couple regular birds this year. This last in September, they were a little spooky. But we got spooky birds all month of October. So what's a bird that's spooky? Well, honestly, fine, okay. Without further ado, it's a red-winged blackbird. They're a little spooky. The black, and they got the cool bit. I mean, they're like Halloween colors. Red-winged blackbird, spooky bird. We love the bird. He's a good bird. And if you live in most of the United States, you probably see these little fellas everywhere. So, what we know about the red-winged blackbird? Well, this guy, well, cars probably, it says year-round range is Arizona. It's there in Nevada, and it's like, I mean, pretty much there year-round, with everywhere except some of the northernmost and coldest of the United States. But they'll be in most of the United States year-round. Just a little bit of a wintering range there down in Baja California, and covering many states of Mexico on that little red strip. But yeah, I know that at least where I'm around in the Minnesota area, I don't see too many of these fellas in the wintertime. But boy, there's a lot of them there. Yeah, I mean, I see these fellas everywhere, all the time. They're common bird that I see around. Very common. How big they? 6.7 to 9.4 inches long. Yeah, pretty good. It's small, but not like, I mean, it's not like finch small. Much bigger than a finch or a sparrow. A little bit smaller than like a robin. Kind of cardinal sized, So kind of right in the middle as far as passiforms go, if you take out some of the bigger corvids. Yeah, he's pretty good. Got 12 to 16 inch wingspan, weighing 1.4 to 2.4 ounces. Now, the males are about 20% larger than the females are. And only they have the red wings. They're actually a they're one of the species, the whole family, the Ectiteridae, the New World blackbirds, which has like a lot of the orioles, stuff like that. They actually have, that family has the most difference between males than females of any type of passerine bird. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, the females, I see these red-winged fellas all the time. Everyone that I see is biologically male. Now, these they're only gonna live on average about 2 years, and they do breed when they're in their first. Well, in their, I guess, the first summer is when they're born. So when they're only a year old, in their second summer, they start breeding then. And the average really just kind of goes to show it's just like, well, the average one probably is going to live more. Like if it makes it to its like third year, it's probably going to live pretty well. It's one of those things where the average life expectancy is very much caused by a high infant mortality. That's the way it is. Because there was one that lived up to 16 years. So, these little birds not having too many natural deaths, it seems like. So I was saying earlier, large variation between the male and the female. On those pictures there on the left, we got a male on top and a female on the bottom. So the females are kind of a, brown with some light tan speckling on there. Kind of pretty in their own right, but I mean, not as striking as those awesome orange wings. God, I love those wings. Now these guys are polygynous. That basically means that they don't mate for life and they barely even mate for a season. And the males are going to try and mate with as many females as they can. And usually the biggest, strongest, and smartest of the birds is going to be that. A single male can be watching over, I'd say it's up to 15 clutches, which that's like the high end. But like, a good, dominant male in an area can absolutely be pretty typically watching over 6 or 7 nests. Although, interestingly, usually in these situations, only about 25% of those nests are the eggs that actually belong to the male that's protecting it. Because they just, there's a lot of sleeping around. They, And hey, no shade on that. No shade on that. We ain't shaming them on us. It's just that's just the way their communities go. They swingers. Now, once a male has kind of claimed a territory, though, so basically after all the fun stuff's done, um, the male that's like the most dominant is gonna, watch over the nest where they lay their eggs. But that also kind of means that the females are pretty much doing all the work to raise the babies. And if 25% of the males chicks, do they not visit 25%? No, that's not how it works. Because like they the 25% are males that are kind of in the lower tier and don't have a group of nests that they protect at all. So it's like, let's say you got 20 birds. 20 birds. And, or let's just make it easier. Let's say 10. This guy's looking over 10. So then, oh, about to sneeze. Guys, sneeze coming on. I'm good. I have avoided it. Anyway, let's say it's 10 nests, and you got your dominant blackbird. Well, you could have 10 females and 10 males. Well, 9 of those males, so maybe the guy who's walking over the nest, Mr. Top Check, he'd have there'd be 10 nests there, and maybe he sired 7 of them. That's why I did 20 because now I'm going to 3.5, or it'd be 2.5 rather than 2 or 3. Well, let's just say 3. Then you got 9 other birds, and then 3 of them, maybe 3 of them would have one nest that they've sired in king nests area, and the other 6 birds didn't got shit. He's basically that. Yeah, the females pretty much do all the work to raise the babies. They do all the incubating, and they'll quickly hop away from the nest and bring back tasty snacks. And this is actually one of the birds that it's very common that the brown-headed cowbirds will lay eggs in their nests. It makes sense. It's easy to sneak it in there when you only got one male covering a dozen friggin' nests. Of course that's gonna happen. So, these guys are omnivorous, but they actually tend to prefer grains over bugs. They sometimes eat bugs, but they prefer grains. But it can actually be kind of bad because certain kind of grains, like a lot of rice fields and wheat fields, can get decimated by these guys. Yeah, but if there's really heavy bug population, they'll usually go for those, especially on plant areas where, it's not kind of plants to eat. Like maybe you got a field of potatoes or corn or something. They don't go for that. But they'll go for the bugs on those crops. So you guys, depending on the crop you have, these can either be pesty or they can be useful. Yeah. So I said what are the red wings on there for? Well, they just found that males who have larger and brighter red spots do have a little bit better chance to get a mate. It's just, big spots mean, better feathers means better for the ladies. But also, when under threat, they'll puff up their wings and kind of lead them forward and make themselves look as kind of a threatening thing. But because these guys, they are territorial. When there's babies in the nests, they are aggressive. They are super aggressive. They're so aggressive that, hey, remember that man in the sunglasses? That's not that one. It's that one. Yeah, this guy. Well, watch this. Hey, don't do that. So that's the sound they make. You ever heard that loud, sharp tweet? That's what they sound like. Yeah, red-winged blackbird. Not happy. Not happy. That's right. They just like Australian magpies. They swoopers. They swoopers. Big swoopers. So don't get too close to their nests in breeding season. But when it's not breeding season, because they all they actually go from first impregnation down to fledging. It's only about 45 days. They incubate and hatch in about 12 days, and then they fledge. Almost, compared to Australian magpies, it's Yeah, I do also have a little bit of nest video. It's cute. And so here we see the mother. She's got that more speckle there. But you see, they do still have a little bit of red on the top of their wings. Look at these little goobers. Little goober babies. Very cute. Oh, and here's Dad. So Dad does a little bit of the feeding. But, yeah. They fed that whole dragonfly out of that baby. And very cute. Mama feeding the babies. All right. Yeah, they're cute. They're cute little fellers. Cute little fellers. Just beware of the swoop. Cause they're gonna swoop ya. Alright, I see back to the PowerPoint. So they also live big old flocks. In the summertime, when not breeding, live in flocks. Big flocks. They like to hang out. You know, it's safety in numbers. And then when they migrate, and in the wintertime, they will flock up with many birds of the same size. So they've been seen cavorting with robins and cardinals and even cowbirds. Maybe they didn't realize it's like, hey, we're gonna have you go meet your real parents. Yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, big flocks in the winter, sometimes millions of birds strong. Millions! So many. But hey, helps to keep safe, helps to keep warm. That's what you gotta do. But yeah, during migration, they go at a pretty quick pace. They can cover 30 miles an hour. That's like an average of 35 miles per hour, which is actually, I mean, that's pretty fast for a little bird this size. It's a lot of effort to keep going. That's kind of on the upper range. They're probably still only going to travel a couple hundred miles a day, but yeah, it's a lot of good. It's good migration. Good migration. So, what are my thoughts on the red-winged blackbird? Well, their chirp is a little loud and annoying. You know how it is. And, they're pretty cool looking. Pretty cool looking. Kind of wish, dads would be better dads and not be like, hey, but yeah, I guess I can't fault them for that. I can't fault them for that. Intelligence-wise, yeah, not the smartest bird in the world. But, I mean, in terms of cool factor, I mean, come on, total blackbird with the bright red wings on it. I mean, that's cool as hell. That's cool as hell. But are they an honorary corvid? And not quite. Not quite. But as far as, little dumb passerines go, I rather like them. I like the little fellers. I give them, this is a solid B bird. Solid B bird. Red band of honor. Aye, comrade. Honorable bird. Is good comrade. Have fun. Alright.